Hello IT-Pros and welcome back to my IT workshop. This is Alvendril, and in this video I'm going to show you how to format a hard drive or a partition using only CMD commands. So as you can see here, this is my desktop, and as you can notice the icons are a little bigger because I did that on purpose so you can see better when I type the commands. The first step I'm going to do is I'm going to open this PC, as you can see here, and this is the device we're going to use to format it. So this is a USB drive. The partition letter is G. As you can see here, it's 16 gigabytes. So I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go to properties, and it says USB drive, file system FAT32. So besides partition and besides deleting everything, formatting everything, I'm going to change the file system to NTFS. But it can be the other way around. You can have it at NTFS and you can turn it into FAT32. Now I'm going to close this. The other thing I want to show you is that, as you can see here, I have 3 hard drives. Well, 1 hard drive in 2 volumes. So this one over here, the local disk C, is where my operating system is, which is Windows 10. By the way, this process works on Windows 7, 8, and 10. I never tested on Windows XP or Vista, especially XP. Vista most likely is going to work. Vista I'm not really sure, but on 7, 8, and 10, this is going to work for sure. So like I was saying, this partition is a physical hard drive in itself. It is 500 gigabytes, as you can see there. And these two, D and E, is only one physical hard drive, which is 1 terabyte. But I have split them in 2 volumes, D and E. As you can see here, the first volume is about 500 gigabytes, and the other is around that size as well. Well, it's not showing it here, so let's check it out. Well, it's around that as well. So I'm just showing you because in the commands we're going to issue, the system, it only shows us physical hard drives. Okay, so it's going to show us 3. 1 for this one for these 2, which in reality is only 1, and our USB drive. So the other thing I want to show you is if I open this, we can see a folder and 2 files. The folder is empty, doesn't have anything, and the TXT file says my IT workshop, and I have an important info in my spreadsheet. So I just create this to show you that it has content, and this content is going to be gone when we format this. So keep that in mind. So next we are going to open a CMD. So I type CMD. I'm going to press enter, and that pop up on my other screen. So I'm going to show you right. Oh, before doing that, talking about hard drives, I have this, what is it? I have this video that I made some time ago, which is how to back up your hard drive. Let's say you have a desktop computer or a laptop, and you want to create a backup of all the files that you create. So if you're interested in that, you can check that video. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. So now going back to our video, I have the CMD, the command prompt open, and the first command we're going to type is disk part. So I press enter, it's going to show me this on the other screen. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your devices? Well, yes, because it belongs to Microsoft, so I trust it. So it's going to open this other CMD, as you can see here. So disk part allow us to work with volumes and hard drives. Okay, so that's all disk part do. Well, that's many things, but what we're going to do is one of the things it allows us to do. So as you can see there, it says disk part, and we're going to type the command list disk. So it's going to show us 3, disk 0, 1, and 2. As you can notice, as I mentioned before, disk 0 is where my Windows 10 operating system is installed. You can see there the size is around 500 gigabytes. And disk 1 is 1 terabyte, as I mentioned. And disk 2 is the 14 gigabytes, which is my 16 gigabytes USB flash drive. So that's the one we want to format. So before I continue, guys, make sure that you're going to choose the correct volume. In this case, it's a hard drive, which is disk 2. Make sure that you choose the right one, because if I were to choose disk 1 and I delete it, all my documents on those 2 partitions are going to be gone. So make sure you're choosing the right one. So just one more time to make sure disk 2 is online, of course, 14 gigabytes. I'm going to check it again. So this is my USB drive. 14.5 gigabytes. So I don't have anything else connected on this computer besides that USB, so I'm sure it's this one. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to select it. Select disk 2. So I press enter, this disk 2 is now selected. And now I'm going to type the command clean. Again, this makes sure that you have chosen the right one, the right partition you want to format it. So clean is going to delete everything. So I press enter and disk part succeeded in cleaning the disk. Okay, so the next command is going to be create partition primary. So I'm going to press enter, disk part succeeded in created the specific partition. So just to exercise, I'm going to type the command list partition. So it's going to show us the partition that we have just created a few seconds ago, partition 1 primary, because it doesn't have anything else. So you don't need to type this command, it's just to show you that what we have done. And now I'm going to select the only partition that we have. Select partition 1, enter. So partition 1 is now the selected partition. So I'm going to type active, and now come the interesting part. So I'm going to type format quick file system equal to NTFS, because we had it as FAT32, and I'm going to type NTFS. If you were doing this the other way around, you had it as NTFS and wanted to FAT32, so you just type FAT32 like this, right? So again, we don't need that, NTFS, and I'm going to press enter. So it's going to take a few seconds and says disk part successfully formatted the volume. So the next command assigned when I press enter is going to pop up the USB. So I'm going to press enter, and I didn't do anything, and as you can see here, it just popped up. So it's telling us that now it's available. If we try to access this while we are doing this, before we type the command assigned, we will not have access to it. It's going to give us an error like you want to format this or something like that. So we won't have access to it. So I'm not going to use this just yet. I'm going to put it on the size. Well, you can see it here. I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to put it here. So the last command is going to be exit. So I'm going to close this. I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to go to this PC. Now, you can see there that they have the same, but if you remember, the USB drive at the beginning had the letter G, it now has the letter H, as you can see here. That doesn't make really a difference for us, just showing you that it changed volume letters. And I'm going to double click on it, and it doesn't have anything as we have expected. So it has been formatted. So I'm going to right click on it, properties, type USB drive, file system, NTFS. So we have changed it. So the reason I did this video is to show you how to do it using command prompt. Why? Because I like to type a lot of commands instead of the GUI, the graphical interface. And the other is because if you are a system administrator for Windows and you have, let's say, the Nano server, most likely you're going to be this more often than not. So that's why I decided to do it. There are many commands that I can think of. And the final step, well, we have already done this, but if you're interested in, for example, in creating a bootable USB flash drive and to, let's say, update the BIOS version of a computer or something. So if you're interested in that, I have a video for that. And if you're interested, I'm going to leave the link in the description in the top right of this screen. So